Hello everybody, welcome back to Itzalco Speed Reading, where I skim through issues of the Voidstorm Press comic Itzalco. Today we'll be covering the last two issues of the Breaking Bad arc, issues 11 and 12. Let's get into it. Okay, so here we start off again with a character credit, like we did in issue 10. It credits Jesse, Amelia, Robert, Itzalco, Yaredzi, the twins Abriego and Amarazzo, Itzalco's father j4ni0l, j4ni0l again, Yolotl Huitzilin, and Montezuma and Oxen. See, better Dial Yolotl, because that's the lawyer. Okay, so now issue 11 actually starts right where issue 10 left off, where Jesse revealed that he had money. He said Itzalco's questioning Jesse on how he has money because he left his job as a minister. Well, Jesse says it's complicated, and then Amelia just straight up says, how'd he get the money? Jesse lies and says he went gambling, which obviously he didn't gamble because we know he's been cooking crack with Robert Lookman and selling it to Itzalco's father. And even Itzalco looks a bit skeptical. I've won $135 million in US dollars from gambling, which isn't true, because it's actually from selling crack to Itzalco's dad. And then Itzalco says, "Holy shit!" And Yaredzi's just in shock and says that he just now told him this, and he doesn't know what to say, so he says he's like sorry he didn't tell him earlier or something. You still gotta stop gambling. But he's already stopped. And obviously, lies. And then even Itzalco's a bit skeptical still. He says, right. The Oval Office. Montezuma's negotiating with something or somebody. And then the negotiation ends. Montezuma, you just see Montezuma in his chair. In his president's chair. Now, for some reason, we have a filler scene of Itzalco and Yaredzi waking up and breakfast and stuff. But here's where the fun stuff begins. j4ni0l, Itzalco's dad, he's in Mexico at a cartel headquarters. He probably knows the head of the cartel. He's here to negotiate with Don Julio Romero. Jesus Romero, my bad. He says, let's get to it. From what I've heard, your Uncle Joan was killed in a DEA raid. You don't think I know that? Speaking Spanish. He knows the person who can kill for his uncle. And who would that be? And then he just name drops his son, Itzalco. And then he calls his hitman and the sons of Joan Romero, who also happen to be hitmen. And obviously, I'll let you guys see this. I won't talk over it. Diviértanse. Gracias. Then they walk away, and then j4ni0l sees the connection, and then Jesus Romero confirms it. Okay, now we're back. How did he get back to New York in such a short amount of time? Less than 2 hours. Well, he has teleportation, as we saw in issue 8. And here's Robert smoking a joint, telling him to not have a cow. And that Jesse made 5 giant batches of pink crack cocaine. Why is it pink though? That's what he said. What? Huh? What? That was the wind. 200 million. He's offering 200 million. And Jesse says deal. And here it says how much he's made now from pink crack selling. Like Jesse is an actual millionaire. Anyways, 3:34 p.m. There's Itzalco stepping into his car, getting a phone call, an ominous phone call saying some 2 bald men in suits are gonna kill him. Itzalco are gonna kill Itzalco. And he says, Then he sees the first bald man. And he backs up and then sees the second bald man. But then backs up the first bald man. Or the second bald man who starts groaning. And then the bald man's on the floor. Okay, that's Rafael Romero. I did not make that clear. Cristiano Romero looking at his brother. Rafael says, finish him. And Cristiano goes back with the gun and shoots. He shoots at the back of Itzalco's Ford F-150. And then Itzalco, he gets out of the car and the two start shooting each other, which leaves Itzalco bloodied on the floor. And then Cristiano says, nah, muy fácil, which means too easy. Then he grabs a weapon, but Itzalco grabs a gun and shoots him. Now Cristiano is dead. Now he says there's a fatally wounded 26-year-old. Reminder, Itzalco's only 26 doing all this. And then she gets the kids and Jesse. And then Jesse's just there asking what the hell happened. Itzalco's been fatally wounded. Okay. And for some reason they just see a better Dial Yolotl ad for the lawyer Yolotl Huitzilin. And then Jesse thinks to himself that it's interesting, and he says that he'll catch up. Then Amelia notices that he's been acting weird lately. And now they're at the hospital, at the family waiting room. Yaritzi, Amelia, and the twins. What the hell even happened, and how did it happen? Well, they didn't specify how. They just told me he had been injured. Hey, how's he holding up? Okay, that's Jackson Fernilligan, his DEA friend. 5:41 p.m. Better Dial Yolotl. Okay, Jesse's here. Okay, welcome to the offices of Yolotl. I'm Saga. How may I help you? Yes, hi, I'm Jesse Knoxon. I'd like to speak to Mr. Huitzilin over there. Thank you. Okay, so now Yolotl's on a phone call. It says, hello there, welcome to my office. How may I help you? Will you be my lawyer? $3,000 entry fee. And Jesse just reveals that he has a shitload of cash. $3,000. How the F? I manufacture and distribute pink crack cocaine. He just revealed his secret to Yolotl. It's 99.5% sweet. 90, that's a reference to this 99.1% pure from Breaking Bad. What's your name? How old are you? How much have you made? And by that, I mean money. Jesse Knoxon, 58 years, $335 million. Jesse's 58. I forgot that. He doesn't look 58. He looks like 49. We're gonna make great business partners. Who? You and I? Nah. Wait, actually, that's a reference to another Voidstorm series, Sonic the Hedgehog. Nah, Sonic and Shrek. Of course, me and you. You'll have to include Robert Lookman in that deal. Hospital, family waiting room, 6:09 p.m. You may not see the patient. We'll wait. And then Amelia's confused, but then she clarifies that Jesse still isn't here. Right, then yeah, we'll wait. Open. Sir, you can't go in there. But Jesse clarifies that he's the uncle. Well, go right in. I don't know how Jesse just thought he will be able to get away with just randomly barging into a hospital and just going into a family waiting room without clarifying. Maybe it's that crack getting to his head. Okay. We never saw this part. Because after this issue, I made the decision to skip 2 years to issue 12 and make that the end of the arc, which we will be getting to issue 12 shortly. This issue was jam-packed. I actually made this issue at school. A lot of it. Actually, no, all of it. So yeah. Moving on to issue 12. Now, issue 12. The final issue of the Breaking Bad arc. Ooh, Jesse looks wildly different here. And yes, this is issue 12. Of course, we start off with the character credits with Jesse and Amelia and Robert and Itzalco and Yaretsi and Abrego and Amorazzo and the baby, Itzalco Montezuma and 2. Itzalco Breaking Bad, the end of Jesse. The end of Jesse. And it starts with Jesse in an IHOP in Charlotte, North Carolina. Why in Charlotte, of all places? Okay. It starts on May 21st, 2031 at 8:48 p.m. a.m. He says, "Sir." "Yes." "What do you have?" "I was just on my way out." Dude. He's going back to New York, I'm pretty sure. Nationally wanted drug pin Jesse Knoxon or Goldberg is yet to be found. Okay, so by this point, he's become a nationally wanted criminal. Which means someone busted him at one point. Okay, now we're back with Yaretsi, Itzalco, the twins, and Itzalco. Oh wait, no, that's Jesse looking at a photo of Yaretsi and Itzalco, because neither Yaretsi... Well, Itzalco has long sleeves, but he doesn't... Okay, so the family look startled, and Itzalco says, "What the hell are you doing here?" Obviously could be referring to Jesse. Jesse says, "Hi there," just ominously, like a ghost. I'm here for one reason, which is take all of it. He made $1.2 billion in 2 years. Bro, you're 12. Stop swearing. Abriego, bro. Stop swearing, bro. You're 12. And obviously Jesse corrects him. He's his father. He will not be spoken to like that. Yeah. Okay, then Itzalco makes a deal. He gets $500 million. He and the family get $500 million. Amelia gets $300. Montezuma gets $200. Just take the effing money. Goodbye. You've got to be kidding me. You're taking this filthy money? And obviously Itzalco isn't taking this from a 12-year-old, so he tells him to shut up. But then Amorazzo's ready to throw hands. So Jesse visits Amelia. And then just ominously he says his nickname for her. Amy. "Jesse, what the fuck are you doing here?" "I wanted to say goodbye one last time before it takes me. The cancer. It is the cancer." Jesse, say you swear you did this for the family. "I did it for me. To soothe my ego. I was good at it. I had fun. I was alive." That's a fat lie, because at that point you're just copying Walter White. "See you in hell, Amelia. Burn in hell." Then he slams the door and leaves. Okay, now he's gonna go deal with some guy named Andre. Oh no, neo-Nazis. That's not a good thing to deal with. So I want to clarify again that I do not believe in the ideas portrayed here. They are simply for the story, nothing else. Okay, so Jesse's here. He says, Andre, let's do business. The dying MacGyver wants to do business. Where is Robert? Jesse's just not having it. He's standing on business today. Oh my gosh, Robert looks so different than the last time we saw him. I don't think he was in issue 11. Right? Let me see him. Both of them look extremely different. Jesse says it's been a while. Then Robert says, you're goddamn right. Outside now. Rip. It's not like Jesse didn't see this attack coming. Then it hit Andre. Robert, it's just me, you. It's just you, me, Andre, and Victor. Everyone else is dead. Then Jesse grabs Victor. Just chokes him. But then Victor retaliates by stabbing Robert in the stomach, which I don't think did it. But then we see a dead Victor on the ground. Yeah. And Robert's probably thinking, fair play. And then Andre says, now hold on a minute, because Jesse's about to kill him with a giant-ass gun. Jesse, do what you're gonna do. And Andre died. Mr. Noxon, what are you gonna shoot me? Not before you say it. That you want this. Say the words. Bro, this is just a copy of Felina. The Breaking Bad finale. Oh my gosh. He says he wants this. Then Robert says he can do it himself. But Jesse reveals a truth bomb. He says he watched Lucy die. Since we skipped 2 years and probably like a whole lot of events. Lucy is Robert's girlfriend who died of an overdose. Holy Jane reference. And then Robert, pissed off, he says, Jesse, go fuck yourself. And then he slams the door, leaves Jesse with a bloody chest. Then Robert in his car is laughing and crying. Now he's screaming. We don't know what happens to Robert Lookman after issue 12 because he doesn't appear after issue 12. Then Jesse leaves in his Toyota. Sick ass Toyota, not gonna lie. Okay, now we're at the cocaine lab at 1:04 a.m. on May 22nd. There's Jesse. He's looking at his tub of pink crack. And then flashback. Flashback to literally 1 issue ago when he showed Yolotl the 5 batches. Well, here in real life it's 1 issue ago, but in this timeline it's 2 years ago. So that's why it's a flashback. Then Jesse's here reminiscing. And he grabs a flask of what he used to make it. Then we see Jesse's bloody hand trying to grab onto something. What she does. But then he lets go. It's bloodied. And it pans out to reveal a dead Jesse Noxon. At age 60. Well, that is the end of Jesse Noxon, the end of the Breaking Bad arc, and the end of this video. I will see you guys in episode 7 with the dictatorship and all that. And hasta la vista.